welcome to Bowl Preview number 29 as we take a look at the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. I am your loud, somewhat obnoxious host, Scott Steen. I'm the lead handicapper at winnersandwhiners.com. I am joined by my somewhat less effusive but very knowledgeable co-host, Mr.
Scott Rochelle, senior handicapper over winnersandwhiners.com.
And together, we do a show each and every day, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, right here on your favorite streaming plays, be that YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook Live. Show we call Heading Back to the Window, so make sure you stop by, check that out. We do it live, take comments and everything. It's a lot of fun. But now we're in the middle of bowl season. As I mentioned, this is bowl game number 29, Scott, the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl, featuring Pittsburgh and Michigan State. Michigan State, 2.5-point favorites. Total in this one is 55. Scott, you a big fan of Chick-fil-A? Any Chick-fil-A's up there in Long Island?
Well, I was going to ask you a question. So I know that it doesn't really matter what bowl they're sponsoring. Does Chick-fil-A have any peach items on the menu? Do they have a peach cobbler? Do they have something?
They have for sure they have a peach milkshake. I don't know if it's seasonal or not, but I have had their peach milkshake, and it is
it good?
Quite good. It's quite good, yes. Chick-fil-A, very good. I know that certain people say they're boycotting Chick-fil-A because of their stance on certain issues and everything. I'm here to tell you that if you start boycotting companies because of stance they take that you don't like, you're not going to have much to fucking eat.
I judge restaurants on how good the food tastes. Is that crazy? Is that a hot take?
Not. The only frustrating part about Chick-fil-A not open on Sundays.
I was going to say, that's the bright spot of this bowl game. Chick-fil-A is thrilled this game's not on Sunday.
I doubt they would sponsor a bowl game on Sunday. Yeah. I wouldn't think so. So, Scott, this has all the makings of being a really great football game, except there's just one small problem. What is that?
The best players on both teams are not playing.
Yep, that's it. Kenny Pickett going to sit out. Quarterback for Pittsburgh said, I've had enough. I'm ready for the NFL. Same thing with Kenneth Walker, running back extraordinaire for the Michigan State Spartans. He is going to move on to the next level as well, and most likely be a disappointing third-round draft pick for some middle-of-the-road team. We'll see. I mean, he's fine. He has the capability of being a good runner. He's a good college running back.
Walker's good, but running backs aren't as valuable as they used to be. So nobody knows what the value is for any of these guys anymore.
That's what I'm saying to you. So
he's not Bijan Robinson. I'll tell you that much. I know Robinson's going back to college next year, but I think Walker's very good. You know that I'm a huge fan of him. Mm-hmm. But I do think when it comes to athleticism, he isn't a game breaker compared to some of these other guys.
Doesn't seem to be that case. Now, the other problem for Pitt, maybe even, well, not going to quite as big a problem as not having Kenny Pickett, but offensive coordinator Mark Whipple left for the same job in Nebraska, Scott. You think maybe they made him a coach in waiting kind of situational deal there? Because you and I talked before the show started, why on earth would you leave a successful program in Pitt for a less than successful program there in Nebraska? I know Kenny Pickett's gone, but the cupboard, pretty bare as far as the Nebraska QB, as far as my knowledge goes, right?
Comfortable overalls? I don't know.
Nice. Ryan Page said, I think the players shouldn't be able to opt out. They're getting free tuition, support your school, show some pride in your school. You know, I go on my old man rant about this every year, Ryan. I hate it. It's shameful. It ruins bowl season for me. But having said that, I understand it. And
well, what's the opposite? The Jalen Smith situation?
What do you mean?
The Notre Dame the Notre Dame linebacker who basically tore his ACL in the bowl game and lost millions of dollars in the draft as a result.
Yeah. And they had it with there was a running back, Miami running back that played back in the day that
Willis McGahee.
Yeah, yep. So it does.
That was in the championship game. That was in the championship game, though. But
it was. So here's my question. I get it, Ryan. Again, I'm with you in theory, but if I had a kid that was in that position,
money's money.
I would probably tell him to opt out. I hate it, but I get it.
So. It also depends on how much you value winning a Peach Bowl, because I think if you're in the playoff and you opt out, that's a little bit much.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in a bowl game, then I'm sure a lot of people don't care if they win the trophy or not, because the Peach Bowl, it's a respectable bowl. It's not a Rose Bowl. It's not, it's fine. But I feel like if you want to secure the bag, The last thing you want to do is get injured on your way out the door.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you can, and I don't know if the colleges can do this, but I know you can take out insurance policies and things like that. And, probably your agent will reimburse you for it,
Mhm.
whatever. But yeah, it's an ugly situation. Wait till we get to the Ohio State game. You think we're having fun
Yeah.
now? Just wait. This is going to get better as it goes on. So, who you got here, buddy?
I'm taking
Nick
Michigan
Patty.
State.
Nick Patty going to get the start for Pitt. Does that scare you?
Well, Patty's attempted 14 passes this year. He completed 12 of them. So congrats to him. I'm sure a couple were against UMass. So I feel like we could complete a couple of passes in that one. But you have really no quarterback, or at least no proven quarterback. You have no offensive coordinator because he left too. You're missing one of your better receivers in Mac as well, which I know you didn't mention before. But Michigan State's missing a running back. They still have their quarterback. They still have their wide receivers. Naylor's going to play, which surprised me. I thought he wasn't going to, but he's still
Right.
hanging around.
Yep.
So I'll take Michigan State because they have their coaching staff. They have their quarterback and they have some weapons. I know that their running back was the main piece of this team, but without Pickett, what does Pittsburgh even have?
They've got Nick Patty, Scott. Oh, and by the way, they also have the best
That's what
receiver.
I'm saying. I got to go Michigan State, don't I?
Well, they also have the best receiver in the nation in Jordan Addison. So
Yeah,
he was
that's
the
true.
Biletnikoff Award winner. So we talked about Jasir Max hitting out. He was the third leading receiver. So yeah, there's certainly a factor. But Patty's had time to prepare. It's not like it happened overnight. It's not like an Ian Book situation.
I'm not saying he's going to be god awful. I just think that Thorne's going to be better than Patty, and he wasn't going to be better than Pickett. I'll tell you that much.
Here's the problem though. This Michigan State pass defense, if you can get time to throw, if you can get the ball down the field, you're going to beat them because they can rush the passer, but they can't cover for shit. They got bombed by Purdue 536. Ohio State got them for 449. This Pitt pass rush, very good, very, very good. Second in the nation behind Oklahoma State as far as getting to the quarterback. I'm going to go the other way, Scott. I'm going to take Pittsburgh even without Kenny Pickett. I think they still are able to play more of their game even with Patty at quarterback than Michigan State is without Kenneth Walker. I'm going to take Pittsburgh. I'll take the 2.5 points. I like the over in this situation as well.
I mentioned in the last video, just blindly fading the team that has more people opt out is usually profitable in bowl season. I'm sticking with it, so I'm going to go with Michigan State here. As for the total, I have to go with the you know what? I'm going to go with the under. I changed my mind. I just feel like Pittsburgh with the new quarterback and with a new person calling the plays because the offensive coordinator is no longer there too, I expect Pittsburgh to struggle a bit more offensively than people think. And on top of that, you mentioned the pass rush. I do think that with the lack of proper balance in the rushing attack for Michigan State, they will be forced to throw it more, and Pitt should get after Thorne a bit more because he's not the most mobile guy in the world. He's got some mobility, not an insane amount, but I think that this total seems a bit high. I'm not sure how many points you would factor in for Pickett and Walker for a total. I'd assume it's double digits, right? Just conceptually.
I don't know. I would think it wouldn't be quite that high. I would say maybe a touchdown.
56. I just think it's too high for a backup quarterback playing. I think Michigan State could score 30. The issue is I'm not sure how much Pitt contributes with a backup quarterback. So don't get me wrong. Patty can be good. There's a chance Patty lights it up. That wouldn't, be the end of the world for Pitt because they brought him in for a reason to be the backup because I'm sure they trust him to some degree in this type of situation. But I'll fade the backup quarterback. Give me a 30-24 type of game.
All right. And Ryan Page says he's with you. He's all in on Michigan State as well. So there you go. You've got supporters, Scott. I'm out here on an island. I'm okay with that. You and I are after two.
Forget about that. We disagreed on something.
After 2 games of consensus, we agree on both aspects of this one. You've got Michigan State. I've got Pittsburgh plus the points, and I have the over 55. You've got under. I guess you found 56 somewhere. So
yeah,
there you go.
Whatever.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. We have wrapped this one up. One more to go. We'll be back with that bowl game in just a minute. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check us out every day, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, as Scott and I will once again attempt to help you head back to the window. Take care, guys. We'll see you right